Hi, welcome back. This is Pendulum tutorial part 3, and I realized that perhaps I could have done it in the first part of the Pendulum tutorial, but I wanted to spare a little bit of extra time and I had so much stuff that I wanted to discuss. So I think the number one question would be, who are we talking to when we are using our pendulums? And there's no single answer. It could be a host of beings or angels or guides, if you will. But we are always, when we use our pendulum for ourselves, connecting to our own guides. It could be our higher self. And when we say guides, really, they can be your guardian angels, so whomever is contracted to be with you in this lifetime to help guide you on your path, your purpose, etc. So who our guides are is a whole other conversation. But it's important to understand that sometimes it's your guides and sometimes it's your higher self. And when we want to communicate with someone specifically, you can ask, certainly, do I have permission to communicate with fill in the blank? And you'll receive a yes or no. Now you can see how quickly my pendulum can move and how slowly it will move. And that depends on whether or not I'm actually asking a direct question or if I'm just having a conversation while holding it. So you can see that the energy is different if I'm not directly addressing someone or something. Now, the final thing that I have to say about pendulum is it is very helpful to do it when you are relaxed and in some form of sacred space. There are people who probably wouldn't have any issue whipping out their pendulum in any given place. And it's certainly possible. You don't need a pendulum like this with a crystal or stone. You could very well just use your keys. You could use your necklace, anything that can conduct energy effectively, right? And you can at times feel like you need to ask a question and it's just there ready for you. However, and I do believe that it's important to have this caveat as a teacher, even though one can decide on their own what they would prefer to do or how to practice it, is that it's not always helpful to do it for friends. And I do feel like this is probably something that Rhea might disagree with me on, but unless you have a very strong command of pendulum, unless you have healed a lot of your issues, when it comes to doing and asking questions, doing work for and asking questions on behalf of other people, the level of clarity that is required in order to be able to be a clear channel for other people is quite high. And it's not something that is really for just anyone. And that's not from a place of judgment. And it certainly isn't because somebody doesn't have a sincere desire to help others. But it is really important to always have that level of distinction. This work is for me and my healing. Should a friend wish for that, introduce it to them so that they can develop their own relationship and language to pendulum. But it's important that we not always use ourselves as a conduit for other people, especially when we have these tools accessible to us, because it is accessible to everyone. Thanks.